Interviews are definitely more fun when you get to ask the questions. What's up, guys? Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through an example of an interview. Now, the point here isn't necessarily to go over the right questions to ask or talk about how to find the right person. Definitely check out my YouTube channel because I went through all of that content already. A lot of great videos over there. In this video, I want to pull back the curtain on what an interview looks like because a lot of you guys out there have never conducted an interview with someone, face to face or over Skype, let alone a interview with someone halfway around the world. So I actually conducted two interviews, or three, four, no, two, three. So I have three interviews. Only two of the freelancers agreed to record. So you just want you to know that they agreed for me to do this. So I've blacked out, their names and all that, bleeped out their names and all that fun stuff. So in this video, I'm just going to play clips from the interview so you can see what the interview is like. I know a lot of the fear around hiring someone or entrepreneurship in general is just not really knowing what does it look like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? If I could just, see somebody else do it, then, it wouldn't be as ambiguous and bad. And you will see that in this particular interview, I say a lot. I say a lot of the time. There are a lot of pauses. It's just, and at the end of it, it's just two people talking, and that's all. That's all an interview is. Just two people talking, figuring out if they should work together or not. And that's how I view interviews. I think that's how you should view interviews and view building your team. I think it's a really healthy way to keep whatever company to keep or build if you're just getting started. Build the company culture that you want. So that's enough out of me. I'm going to go ahead and switch gears, jump into the screen, and walk you through this interview. So I'm going to compress it down a little bit, but not too much because I want you to get the full experience possible, just bleeping out some of the names and cutting out some of the personal stories that transpired during this interview. So enjoy and let's do it. Wanted to start by asking you kind of some
Mhm.
personal questions.
Okay.
What made you decide to kind of be a freelancer, and what's your kind of goal as a freelancer, looking longer term?
Oh, okay. Okay. Back then, I worked for a year in the BPO industry, and a friend invited me for to create an online call center, and uh, this friend of mine has a company in Odesk. Upwork was Odesk before,
Mm-hmm.
and I joined him. But then I found out that call center wasn't really for me, so I found a job for uh, I registered in Odesk before, created a profile and found some writing job. That's way back in 2011, and that's when I started as a freelancer. And um, before I was just writing for a travel niche blog, and then it only served as a door for me to sign up for more writing jobs until I found a job as a social media manager. So now I work as a freelance writer. And also some SEO experience with social media management. So my goal for my job is to find a full-time job as a writer because I really find I quite enjoy some writing jobs and also some sort of media management jobs. So when I reviewed your job proposal and saw some of your examples. Like you mentioned there that in your example, like you're looking for something that's like nail paddle. So immediately got interested with it and replied to you.
Okay, nice. Well, it's good to hear that. Yeah, you've heard of him too. He does a great job
Hello.
blog. Uh-oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I do follow him.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, then you're definitely familiar with what I'm attempting to do. Then that's great.
Yes.
Okay. You actually answered quite a few questions there. Thank you. And so, yeah, I was going to
Okay.
ask you, if you're looking for part time or full time, or what skill you wanted to focus on. But it sounds like you're looking for something that could
Okay.
be full time, and writing is it. So that's
Uh, Well,
fantastic.
I'm okay with part-time job too. It all depends on your requirement. I can be flexible with my schedule.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, this is starting part time. Just to give you
Mm-hmm.
a little background, I'm pretty much a one person operation. It's myself, and then I have another assistant who's also in the Philippines, and she works for me part time, helping
Mm-hmm.
me out with things. So, sounds like you're pretty open and flexible. I'm just curious your current availability. How many hours a week would you be able to work? And then are there certain days of the week where you would say, "Hey, Jason, I just don't work this day, or I have other obligations"?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can work 20 to 30 hours a week. I can only work 30 max a week.
Okay.
And then I'm free the whole day, Saturdays and Sundays. But I do have a class during weekdays. That's 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. UTC plus 8. I'm not sure what time
Oh, that's
that's
okay.
gonna be
I'm
in
used
your
to.
area.
I can always transfer it later. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm free. I'm free in the morning and the hours after lunch. So I'm just not gonna be free at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then I can work late, like around 10 p.m. my time to 2 a.m.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I think morning is perfect because I think morning, it's morning right now for you, and it's in the
Mm-hmm.
evening late for me. So I think that'll work pretty well because I definitely don't want to ask you to be up at 2 a.m. So I can wake up early too to make this work. So it's
Yes. Okay.
give and take, give and take. So
Okay.
thank you for that. And then curious
Sure.
what your kind of pay expectations are, and then a little curveball for you in if we were
Mm-hmm.
working together in 2 or 3 years, like what kind of income goal do you have in the future, as you improve and as you work with either
Mm-hmm.
me or other people.
Okay. Income. In about 3 years from now, I would love to have big income, but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay with me. Before I just started $3 per hour. That's the minimum rate, and I increased to $6 per hour. But with my previous employer, just because I really loved the job, I really wanted to get it, and he offered me a smaller amount, like $4.50 an hour, and I wasn't amenable to it. And I worked for about a year until he changed the contracts. So right now, um, I'm okay with, just in the middle, not too high and not too low.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, definitely much more than for an hour for writing. So you know yeah, anywhere
Yeah.
from 6 to 7. I'm sorry. You know what? I should have had your profile up. I can't remember. I realized that I just asked you a question that's probably on your profile, right?
That's okay.
Yeah, my bad. Okay. Um, Great. So then the only other question I have for you
Mm-hmm.
is, based on if you could just give me a brief kind of recap of your understanding of what I'm trying to do and kind of what your role would be based on the job description.
Mm-hmm. Um, you said that you're looking for a blog writer to write some transcript for your video. Um, you said you're looking for a blog post, some synopsis, and sort of PowerPoint. So that's the kind of job I am expecting.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I asked because I never know if I describe things correctly. So, the transcription will actually already be done. So what you'll be doing
Mm-hmm.
is taking that transcription and turning it into
Yeah.
readable English.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Perfect. So
Man, you've been really thorough. You make this really easy. So the only
Okay.
other the last thing I have for you is to see if you had any questions for me about the position or the
Mm.
business or pretty much anything under the sun.
Okay. I was just preparing one question for you, but I think you already answered it. Regarding the time, I was going to ask you if you would require a specific time within a day that I have to be online, like sort of a fixed schedule.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely not. I'm a huge fan of being able to control your own time. So just to give you some background, I still work a part time job as well, where I have to show up at a specific time, and it's frustrating because, as you've probably experienced before, you can kind of do the work whenever whenever it suits you. So the only thing kind of time requirements you
Mm-hmm.
would have is deadlines. So I would say, I might give you a transcript on Monday and then say I need
Mm-hmm.
the blog post and PowerPoints all done by like Friday or something. So that would be the only
Okay.
time. But then like whenever you want to write or whenever you want to
Mm-hmm.
do it, that's fine. And then as we work together and move forward, eventually I'd ask to have at least once a week where we talk for 5 or 10 minutes, just so we
Okay.
don't go months without ever saying anything to each other, and then you just feel like you're just a cog in a machine or whatever. So I always want to have that opportunity to talk with everyone on the team. So
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds good to me.
yeah. So did that answer the question? You can tell I talk a lot.
Yes. That's okay. Actually sounds good to me. And I guess that's all for my question. And you have explained everything in your job description. So right now, I think that's all for me.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So let me tell you what I'm doing next here.
Mm-hmm.
You're the first of three people I'm interviewing this
Mm-hmm.
evening slash. Well, I guess everybody's in the morning. So this morning for you
Okay.
guys, yeah, everybody else is in the morning. So this morning, and what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to be hiring two or three of you guys, and
Mm-hmm.
what I'll do is I'll hand you, because I there's about 20 of those videos now that I
Mm-hmm.
linked to. So there's a lot of catch up to do as well because I've just been super busy. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
hand you one of those videos, and then it'll kind of be I don't want to call it an audition, but it's not an audition. Audition. It's a trial run. So just to kind
Okay.
of see how we communicate, and what kind of your get a better sense of your writing style and how that meshes with
Mm-hmm.
my speaking style, because it's can definitely be hard when you'll watch the videos and you'll probably want to say things differently than I do. So just figuring out
Mm-hmm.
those differences. So that will be, and I'll be able to plan on getting back to everyone by the end
Mm-hmm.
of, so your morning. So this is going to be Tuesday. So the end,
Mm-hmm.
beginning, beginning or end. Okay,
Uh,
beginning sometime on Tuesday your time. I'm sorry, sometime on Tuesday your
okay.
time. You'll
I
hear.
also get confused with the time.
Oh my gosh, it always
Okay.
messes me up. Well, especially because here in the States we just moved our clocks backwards an hour,
Mm-hmm.
so you can imagine that totally threw off every. I was an hour or 2 hour late for things around the globe. So yeah, we'll figure that out eventually. It's always a work in progress. So I
Okay.
will. It's been 12 minutes. Thank you so much for your time and meeting with me. Is there any final
Mm-hmm.
questions, comments, or concerns before I let you go?
Uh, None at all. Thank you so much for the time too, and for giving me this opportunity to talk with you. It's been a great time.
Well, thank you. I'm and right back at you. So you'll hear from me on Tuesday, and if any other questions come up in the
Okay.
meantime, feel free to just send me a message. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of
You're
your day.
very welcome. And you do the same. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that is all there is to it, to conducting an interview. It's just a simple conversation between two people figuring out if they should work together or not. That is all it is. So if you got some value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe for more business building tactics and strategies just like the ones covered in this video. Over on the YouTube channel, I'm going from A to Z on how to hire a freelancer so you can start building your team, which I think is vitally important as an entrepreneur or solopreneur. Building a team is what is going to help you scale and be successful long term. Because as much as we like to think, we can't do everything ourselves. We do need some help, and we should ask for it when we need it. So keep building the business you love, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.